Y'all, before we even get into it, this ain't just a podcast. This us talking to the block, to the moms, to the homies lost, to the ones fighting demons in silence, to the kings and queens that forgot their crown. We four brothers coming straight from mud, hitting the web not for clout but for purse bills. We them night brothers, speaking truth to the mic, shining through the struggle, bringing dark to the light. Block to your soul, let the message ignite. Podcast for the people, every word take flight. Gritty like the grind, hell first we strive. Social heat in the streets, trying to keep hope alive. 4 mics, 1 mission, make the people revive. It's the night time, tune in, feel the vibe. We 4 deep like corners on the block, mics hot in the lab, cooking truth non-stop, no gimmicks. This ain't clickbait chatter, this heartbeat, struggling soul, blacker than batter. Got fam trying to heal, broke bills on the table. Talk health, mental wealth, if we able, we enable. From the hood to the web, we built this escape. Tired of seeing kings trapped in a lowercase fake. Click clack on the keys, we ain't just pie, we preach it. Street slang, health hacks, real talk preaching. See the system rigged, trying to cage our minds, but we cracking the code like it's Columbine. I'm the brother with the blueprint, knowledge in my stash. Turn trauma to armor, pain into cash. 1 mic, 4 voices, no filters, no mask. We ain't just streaming, we building that path. We the night brothers, speaking truth to the mic, shining through the struggle, bringing dark to the light. Block to your soul, let the message ignite. Podcast for the people, every word take flight. Gritty like the grind, hell first we strive. Social heat in the streets, trying to keep hope alive. 4 mics, 1 mission, make the people revive. It's the nighttime, tune in, feel the vibe.
Oh yeah, 4 mics, 1 mission. Nighttime, nighttime.
I seen young blood.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Yes, sir. What's going on, my brothers?
Peace and love.
Peace and love to you. What's going on? Man, it's good to be back once again. Gotta get my man on the screen, Lanny, when I know you're working on it. There we go. There we go.
All right. For the culture.
What's going on for the culture? You blocked him out with for the culture. What's up for the
That's
culture,
all right.
baby?
The logo look better than I do. I don't mind.
What's going on, my brothers? Hey, Natural, how you feeling, man? With both hands or with one?
Right now, just one. I was holding my drink with the other.
Yes, sir. What's going on, Dave? How you feeling, my brother? Get that volume. Get that mic on.
Swell. How about yourself?
Oh, man, great.
There
great,
it
man.
is.
Well, listen, man. Night Brother Show. We want to welcome everybody to the show. We always say this is the show where your opinion matters, and tonight is no different. As we get into the show, we're going to talk about some topics, and we welcome your comments and your questions because you're a big part of this show. You help drive the show. And fellas, before we really get into the show, Natural, you and I were talking a little bit, and David, I know you know about it as well, that Annapolis is going to be naming a new police chief pretty soon to replace Chief Edward Jackson. And I understand the city is going to have a few meetings and hearings. They had one last week, which I attended. And tomorrow night at the Boys and Girls Club in Annapolis, and on Thursday night at First Baptist Church, they're going to have open meetings. So, community, this is your chance to get involved. What you say about that, Natural?
What was you said you went to the other one, the last one?
Yeah, last week it was at the Pip
What
Boyer,
did you find like maybe some of the questions were from the community that they had?
Well, this just it, Natural. I'm glad you mentioned that question because there were some people who were a little bit, I would say slightly surprised that it wasn't more or less an open forum. Like, because it was scripted what you were questions you were asked, which to me, that kind of defeated the purpose. But I know tomorrow night, and particularly Thursday night at First Baptist Church, there are no such guardrails. You'll be able to ask your own questions and get real honest feedback on what you wanted to talk about as far as that.
Well, let's one thing at the Night Brothers show, I just want to say we pitch it 100%. So I will say that you'll be able to ask your questions. The honest feedback, we can't guarantee none of that. But the bottom line is you have to ask the question. You have to ask the question. If you have any questions, I would suggest you go down there and ask the question then in person, so you can get the answers you may want or you may need, or the ones you don't want, but get some answers, period. Well, because this conversation wasn't had. This conversation wasn't had before the other gentleman got, you know, the gate. You know, that would have that with the community prior to getting rid of somebody. But that's just my piece right there. Dave,
something after that, David?
I was just curious. I mean, I saw some pictures. It looked like it was like brainstorming sessions, like they put y'all in groups and you did brainstorming sessions or something like that. Is that the case?
Somewhat.
Yeah.
But it was, like I said, it was very scripted, which a couple of people who I was grouped with were not so pleased about. But you know, they made that call. But like I said, I know tomorrow night and Thursday night, at First Baptist are not going to be.
Was the mayor present? The mayor wasn't present, was
he? He was there.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was just wondering. Before we go much further, let's welcome some of our people, y'all. We just jump right into it.
Yeah. Hey, Bobby Nick, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Number one stunner. What's going on? Oh, who is that person right there? Oh, I know her. Listen, Lee, how you doing, honey? This woman got me running, y'all. She got me running. but it's a good kind of hustle, though. She got me hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Darlene Collins, welcome. What's up, DC?
She will be a lead. She will be a lead for about 15, 16 more days.
Yeah, put that name change.
So, anyway,
shout outs to name change, hon.
Shout outs to Mimi, Marvin, DC, for joining the show, and whoever else is out there. Don't be shy.
Please say hello if you're out there.
So we got a power packed show, so we're gonna dive right into it. We got a lot going on. I'm glad you mentioned about the police chief situation. Maybe hopefully we can get some transparency in the administration. So keep it moving.
what's the vibe, Soul? What's going on?
Yes, sir. We vibing tonight.
Under the city lights, wherever the wind go take us. If it's good, we make it contagious. Said we vibing, laying on black sand beaches, thinking of what life teaches. So glad and fall from the deep end. Said we vibing. Under the city.
Shout out to Kevin Smith, too.
Yes, sir. Hey, Kevin Smith, what's going on, my brother? Hope maybe you'll be with us next week.
Yes, sir.
Kevin be busy too, man. Everybody busy.
Kevin be rolling, man. Him and David both be rolling. So hopefully he'll join us next week. Anyway, at vibe number one tonight, an update on the Nolan Wells case. Does the new information raise more concerns and point to signs of a cover-up? Now, last week, we more or less wrote the story and covered some of it, but tonight we're going to follow with what we've learned since then. And I'm sure you're going to have your comments and questions on that. So we're going to cover that in vibe number one. Vibe number two, as we talked about last week, tonight after the show, it goes official, we start our no sugar, no carbs challenge. And we're going to break that down for you, what that means, how it's to be beneficial to you as you're joining this challenge. And we want to set some guidelines for you, make it easy for you. So that's vibe number two. And that third vibe is kind of connected to the second one. Third vibe, we're going to learn the truth about hidden carbs in fruit. Are they a big deal or not? You know, everybody loves fruit for the most part. But we're going to learn a little bit more about fruit. And for some of the things you might find a little surprising with that. Back to you, Lenny, because we got a lot covered, brother.
From the very spot where the body of Nolan Wells was brought after it was recovered from the water. And his death, his mysterious death, has truly devastated this community. We're hearing now for the first time, Robin, from an eyewitness, a friend of Wells who was with him on that fateful July 4th boat trip.
I just know I've lost my best friend.
This morning, a friend of Nolan Wells, who was with the 18-year-old the day he was last seen alive, is sharing what he says happened during a July 4th boat trip to an isolated barrier island off the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Trayston Shepard declined to speak with us on camera because he says he and his friends are getting threats.
We did no wrong here, and we don't understand how we're getting so much hate behind it. We all cared and loved Nolan, and nobody wanted to see Nolan die. Nobody wanted to see his life be taken so short.
Shepard addressed this viral video that investigators have been studying. Wells's parents worried it showed their son involved in a confrontation, but Shepard said that's him, not Wells.
That's the video I'm referring to. That's me yelling.
Shepard says he took a boat back from Horn Island in the late afternoon, but Wells stayed behind with a girl he had met.
They met that day, and it was kind of one of those things. It did come off that day that he really did like her, but that was the only time they'd ever hung out was at Horn Island on July 4th.
Investigators believe
From the very spot where the body
son involved in a confrontation, but Shepard said that's him, not Wells.
That's the video I'm referring to. That's me yelling.
Shepard says he took a boat back from Horn Island in the late afternoon, but Wells stayed behind with a girl he had met.
They met that day, and it was kind of one of those things. It did come off that day that he really did like her, but that was the only time they'd ever hung out was at Horn Island on July 4th.
Investigators believe
They got a picture of the girl, I guess.
Yeah.
Her that they blurred out.
Well, those are look right off the bat. Those are some interesting tidbits, guys.
Yeah.
That's some interesting tidbits. First thing I want to know, Natural. You and I kind of mentioned this off air, but listen. You know who I want to hear from? I want to hear from the girl he supposedly was with or stayed behind with. I'm sure investigators have talked to her, but she would have a lot of information, more so than some of the friends that didn't come back with him. I think we need to hear from her. What do you say about that, Natural and Dave?
Absolutely. She should be one of the first ones. Since they left from there with her.
I tell you what, here's the telling tale. If she's not a minor and you find out she's over 18 and they haven't released her name, that's a real serious issue. Because I've never heard nobody not releasing the name of the number one, I guess it would be at this point in time, the number one person of interest. I won't say a suspect, but that's
I was about to ask you, you consider a suspect. Okay, yeah, at this point.
I mean, you're a person of interest at this point in time. You're the last person to be known with you at this point. So, yeah.
I mean, that's legit. As far as we know, the information we have anyway. Maybe the police have more. I'm sure they do. But according to what we know and what's been been said publicly, she's the last one that we know he was with. Lenny, what's your feedback on this? How do you feel about this, brother?
I will say this: when we didn't break the story, but when we broadcast the story last week, it was not a lot known. It was kind of details were sketchy, and since then we have some more details that have come out. Like, the mother, a friend of the mother went to get the phone to retrieve the phone from the kids that were gathered together later that day to try to get Nolan's phone. And when the lady got there, and this is an adult lady trying to get the phone from the kids, like the friends that were his, she said it took 15 minutes for them to give her the phone, which she found extremely odd. Like, she was like, am I going to get this phone today or when am I going to get this phone, kids? You know what I mean? So there's a lot of the story as it unfolds, it has just as many more questions as it had last week this time. And,
that's what I was thinking, Lenny.
And I'm
it's
just
not
saying,
more.
And I'm just saying, if you're law enforcement or a law regulating agency within that county and that city area wherever this incident took place, you would seem like it would be much more organized, and it's not. Maybe it's a small town and they don't have the
That's what I'm
resources.
thinking. Maybe small
But
town.
but they need to bring somebody in, a agency of a larger scope that has the expertise on how to handle situations like this. I don't know if that's
You know
the
the
FBI. I don't know if it needs to go to that level, but some organization that at a larger scale that does professional investigations really need to get involved in this. You know, the community, the black community has shown light on this situation, bringing in Benjamin Crump, who's an attorney, as well as all the usual black people that come and help out these type of situations.
give some attention to the subject matter.
Yeah. So, and then some of the other communities have stepped up, like people stepping up to help pay for his expenses, funeral expenses, things of that. There's Tyler Perry as well as some others that fail to come to mind. But I'm glad to see those type of things going on. But ultimately, what we want to know is some truths. This can't just be one of those things that just goes unsolved. You know what I mean? Because there's too many witnesses. Unlike the woman, the white woman that lost her mother, the white woman that was in the news that somebody kidnapped her. There wasn't many people in that story. In this story, we have, it looked like upwards of 100 people on this beach. You can't tell me one of them can't get to some type of clues that unravel or start to get to this, solving the mystery of this case.
Now,
That's my truth.
it just what's wild, it seems like nobody's coming forth to try to give more information, to try to really, get to the truth. That's just the imagery right now. It seems like nobody's trying to help come forth with any information that's out there. Especially now that you tell me it took them 15 minutes, took the person 15 minutes to get the phone from him. That's family. That is definitely quite a few signs. And in regards to the police, this is when the federal bureau, federal level of investigation used to kick in. But now, since that's been eroded of its talent, that's not even a thing at this point. That's a shame. What are you saying, Q? I see your finger up.
Yeah, I just want to add one thing too. I don't want us to overlook a nugget that was found in a video where one of his friends who said, look, he's one of my best friends, said that they have been receiving death threats. Some of the people have been receiving death threats. Don't want to overlook that, because that might lead to someone shying away from even having anything to say or trying to remove themselves from that situation. But that makes it all the more important that
say something.
The property authorities interview these potential witnesses now while things are still fresh. So
some of those potential witnesses, Q, are luring up. One of the potential witnesses is a son
of a judge
that's in that jurisdiction, and all the families are obtaining lawyers. From what I understand, and this is allegedly, let me put the word allegedly.
Yeah, because I have not read that all of them. I heard one or two, but I don't know if it's all.
But if that is the case, why are you luring up if there isn't something being hidden? Now, I'm speculating.
All of it is speculation.
Yeah. Let me keep it a buck. I'm gonna tell you, if I was in any kind of situation like that, or my child was, first thing I would have them have is a lawyer.
Yeah, I probably would too now.
Rightfully offer information, but with an attorney with them. You know what I'm saying? If they're going to make a statement, then they would have an attorney with them. I'm just saying.
Yeah, if attorneys approaching you never kind of want to speak directly with the attorney. At that point, you want to get your own attorney.
Yes,
exactly.
So I understand that. I understand them luring up, more or less, because you don't want something. They could just say something, and it could be misconstrued, and they could end up catching a charge for something that's really not correct or accurate. And we got to remember a couple of things again. Once again, they were drinking all day long, and they're young, and they're probably a lot immaturity as well. So,
Okay. If you're gonna give them that, then I'm just gonna also say, don't forget what state were they in?
Mississippi,
Shit.
brother.
God damn.
Yeah, man.
Mississippi.
We're gonna leave it at that.
I mean, if you want to throw around and make all kinds of excuses for anybody, but I mean, it'd be crazy to throw all them excuses out for people and not say they in Mississippi.
Yes, sir.
God damn.
You still don't leave your boy on the island with a girl he just met.
Nah.
Period.
Nah.
How you getting back? I know you can swim, bro.
You don't leave at a bar with a girl you just met.
Yeah. I mean, on the island, and he the only. No, never mind. I ain't going there. Never mind. Okay.
It's a lot of suspects.
Let's move on to the 7-day sugar. Let's move on to the challenge now. So let's move on to the challenge. Before we go.
Hey man, real quick, I just want to take one moment and say happy birthday, happy solar return, happy born day. Well, now it's your first day to my mom. Her solar return was yesterday.
Happy birthday.
Appreciate you.
What a blessing. Man, I'm glad you.
And she would do the 7-day with us too. You know what I mean? So big ups to moms. So
that's all. Happy birthday, man.
Shout out Miss Payne, no doubt. Happy birthday. So let me see what somebody said. As soon as the family said they had 360 on him, is when they requested more lawyers. Oh, that's the tracking of the phone and all of that, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Wow.
Interesting. Great comment.
Good comment, Mimi. Good comment.
Shout out to Lisa Slade, too. Worldwide traveler, lady of many talents.
Hey, what's up, Lisa? Good evening. Good evening to you as well.
Anyway, let's dive into the 7-day challenge. So last week, we haven't had a challenge in quite a while on our show.
Yeah.
We used to do them quite a lot, but we've kind of weaned off of them. But we are stepping it back up. So the 7-day no sugar, no carb challenge. The one thing that we're going to relax is you see both sides of it, or you can go over the foods to avoid side, and David, you can go over the other side. But one thing we are going to relax is I'm about to say sugar. How the hell can it be a challenge?
No, I can't do that.
One thing we are going to relax is fruit.
Hey, but somebody was out there like, said, "That's great, Lenny." No, you see.
Lisa Slade wants to know when it starts. Lisa, it starts officially once the show ends tonight. So look, if you're eating that sandwich right now, you better finish it off because after the show over with, curtains.
Go get a
All right, but give us the foods to avoid, Natural. Give us the foods to avoid first, and then David's gonna give us the foods to enjoy.
No sugar, no sweet cakes, no soft drinks.
I can't have chocolate chip cookies. I can't have. Oh Lord! All right, go ahead.
I think the number one ingredient in chocolate chip cookies is sugar.
Yes,
so
Lord.
no, we can skip over that. And no soft drinks, no white bread, no wheat bread, no any kind of bread, no processed foods, no sugary cereals, no sugary. They supposed to be good for you bars. Yeah, none of that.
All right, back it up now.
Potatoes, no white potatoes. Yeah, so that means no French fries either.
Yeah, back it up and give us that no processed foods. Just give us a few ideas so people have an idea. Clarify what is processed foods so they have a better indicator of what you're talking about when you say processed foods, if you would, please.
Well, if it comes in a box, it's pretty much processed, generally. So any center aisle stuff, basically. Yeah. Noodles.
You like noodles and stuff like that. You're talking about those.
I'm saying noodles. I don't care what kind of noodle you call it. If it's a name in front of it and it's a noodle name behind it, you can't eat it. You know what I'm saying? If it say rice, I don't give a damn what kind of rice to say in front of it. Oh, but this is the green rice. That's the only no rice, no noodles, no processed foods. Clean foods. That's what we're looking at the whole time. What can we eat though, bro? Let's talk about the good stuff.
Foods to enjoy. Lean proteins. That means unfried stuff, like you said. No fried foods. Fruits and
Hold on, you
vegetables.
said
Huh?
We
come
lost
on,
you there.
man.
I said no
No,
fried
I'm
food.
gone. Go ahead with
Healthy fats like avocado, berries, berries, fruits, whole grains. Now, wash your stuff. There is, not to throw us off, but it is a produce outbreak going on right now.
Wow,
It's in
that's
31
right.
states.
That's right.
It's in 31 states. So
Yeah,
just try to wash your stuff good, and maybe you can. I feel better getting it from one of them side stands in the grocery store.
At this
I was
point,
about to say local food. I mean, you laughing,
Yeah,
but that is really, really
absolutely.
serious.
Yeah,
And
for
I got a
sure.
joint on, and guess what it say?
Yep.
Hold up, let me see if I can get over here in front of the joint.
know your
Know your
farmer.
farmer.
Yeah,
Know your
exactly.
farmer. It's important, man.
Yeah.
Especially in
Yeah,
these days. I'm glad you said
yeah,
that, Dave. Very
yeah.
Lisa
important.
Slade.
Good tip.
I need to
Good
I
tip.
need to respond to Lisa Slade. She said she's in Vegas. I saw her on Facebook. Worldwide travel. Have a
Hey,
lovely
well, Lisa,
time.
go ahead, get on down for dinner, and then
Well,
right after dinner, we on and popping. I know you're in Vegas, but I'm sorry. It's time.
Hold on.
I'm not. You got till 12 o'clock.
Lisa says 5:30 here. So when our show ends, it'll be 9:15 East Coast time. So you have till 9:15, Lisa, Vegas time, so you can have that cake. So go ahead and enjoy that dinner.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you got to
Vegas, you got 3 more hours, as far as I'm concerned. You go ahead and rock it till 12. You know what I mean?
You gonna give it that natural? You gonna give it that?
Yes, you in Vegas, baby.
Q,
Yo,
on the slide, Q, it says daily tips. Can you talk those daily tips?
Yes, sir. As David just mentioned about eating protein with meals, eating the grilled chicken breast or that baked piece of fish or even a grilled steak. If you love beef or things of that nature.
air fried.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Drinking plenty of water, but natural. Let's talk about something that people sleep on all the time, and that's sleep. Let's talk about that, man. The importance of that. And then, Dave, we're going to talk about the importance of moving their body. Go on now. So riff on that a little bit about the importance of sleep.
Sleep is when you repair yourself. So you can put all the good stuff in you and everything else. If you don't sleep, you don't get quality sleep, your body doesn't have a chance to repair itself and replenish. So it's extremely important to get quality sleep. That means, I'm not sure if you sleep with the TV on, put a 1 in the chat. If you sleep without a TV on, put a 2 in the chat. If you sleep with the radio on, put a 3 in the chat. Just check it. But the studies show that you listen to things.
Repeat those again, on.
If you sleep with the TV on, put a 1 in the chat. If you sleep with nothing on, put a 2 in the chat. If you sleep with the radio on, put a 3 in the chat.
Okay, I'm a 2.
All night long. A lot of times people sleep with the TV on. A lot of people sleep with the TV on.
I can't do that, man.
The problem is that you don't get to a deep sleep because it takes about 45 minutes to actually, on a good note, to actually get to the level of sleep you want to get to be helped and to heal yourself. The problem is that what happens when the show is on and then the commercial comes on. It never usually comes on at the same level. It's always the commercials up here, so it startles you. It may not startle you enough to wake up, but it brings you to another level of consciousness, and then you drift back off. But you never get back down there because you keep on getting alarmed, so you don't get a deep level of sleep. Not to mention the sub-programming and the programming of your subconscious that's going on all night long while you're listening to whatever the thing is going on. Unless you're listening to something that's positive, that's reprogramming your mind, and that's a whole nother level. But sleep is very important.
Let me say this, and you are 100% correct. Sleep is extremely important. Marcus says 1 and 2, by the way. Lisa Slade says 1 with the TV on. And I will say that I sleep with the TV on, but there's no light in the room because I go on YouTube. I know it might sound weird, but I go on YouTube.
No,
And there are these channels on YouTube that have like
Dark
thunder
channel.
and lightning and all of that. It's a dark thunder and lightning channel.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've heard of it before.
Which gives you the feeling that, it sounds like, and since the TV is a couple feet away from the bed, it makes it sound like it's raining or thundering outside, which helps, really puts me into a quick sleep really fast.
That's right.
Admit. But is that okay?
No, that's what I stated. The latter I stated at the end. I was like, unless you're listening to something that's either programming your mind, and that puts you in a circadian, that improves your circadian rhythm. Whether you're listening to just the forest, waterfalls, rain. You can even they have like meditation bowls that you can listen to. There are dark channels actually. So it comes on and you'll see it for a little while, and maybe 5 or 10 minutes into it, or sometimes even less than that, like 2, 3 minutes into it, the channel goes dark. One thing I would say is that it still gives a reaction. It still shoots out some rays from your TV that you ultimately want to cut away from your bedroom. Actually, you should have no devices in your bedroom. That's what I've been reading. But it's difficult when we're so connected. So we got TVs on the walls and everything else. But that's a good thing. If you're going to do something, and you're going to listen to something that improves you, calms you, or whatever else, and that's what you're talking about. I even listen to audio books I may listen to at night to kind of get it in.
Sometimes to those sound waves that elicit different reactions to your body.
Frequencies. Yes.
There's different frequencies, exactly.
It's like listening to 432, 999. It's another frequency of 1111. I mean, it's just a lot of frequencies where you can tap in, and it deals with healing your body, because there's actual doctors, there's actual a practice of healing people with frequency, with tones, and as we know, people move mountains and move boulders with frequency. So it makes sense that it could improve your health and help you with frequency. Q, what were you about to say?
I would have said that includes people, your phones too. Make sure if you can turn your phone off, or at least put it on vibrate when you're sleeping as well, because that becomes a distraction and could interrupt your sleep patterns as well. But David, I wanted to shift to you and talk about also another daily tip was moving that body a little bit. At least, get 15, 20, 30 minutes of exercise or some kind of way of moving that body on a daily basis.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit?
Definitely. You got to push yourself to get that body moving. And if you exercise will actually help you sleep better if you get some exercise and move your body. So it's all connected. Get at least 30 minutes in. We know it's hot right now. You can either do it in the morning, and if you feel real good, you can do another 30 at night. In the evening, get an hour in, but at least 30.
David, what you're saying is actually well documented as something you should do. They said that you should, after your dinner meal, walk for 15 to 30 minutes, because what that does is that decreases your insulin. Every time you eat, insulin spikes. That's why people can't lose weight, because we constantly eating all day. And that 6 small meals, bull crap.
That's bull.
Insulin all day. Your insulin spiking. You never can get to a rested state where your body can start tapping into other fuel sources besides glucose or from your food.
Mm-hmm.
So if you walk after dinner for 30 minutes, David, you're so right. You're spot on.
Yes, sir.
And you know what? Let me speak to the person that may feel like that's a lot. For real. After your lunch, if you had 15 minutes, take a 15-minute walk. That's it. 15 minutes. After dinner, take a 15-minute walk. It'll do exactly what they're talking about. It'll minimize your spike as far as your insulin is concerned. And I would say after 2 days, if you strict on your 15 minutes, by the second or third day, you're going to feel like walking a little more than 15. Naturally, you will. And you probably end up in a half hour and not even knowing it.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be walking. It could be something you can do inside. You don't even have to go outside. You could do some calisthenics, and you go down in your basement, do some calisthenics, or do some push-ups or whatever, jump rope or whatever the case may be, just for a few minutes. Doesn't have to be. We're not talking about a complete workout here. But just get
Walk up down the steps 3 times or something like that.
walk up and down the steps. Put on a couple of, and natural. This is what you always talked about. Put on your one of your favorite dance tracks and just dance for 10, 15 minutes. Just dance like nobody's watching, as they said. And that's the way a movie.
3 to 4 songs.
Be creative in your approach, but the bottom line is, David, is to move that body.
That's right.
I do want to let folks know that during this 7-day challenge, what to expect over the first day or two, particularly if you haven't been doing anything, any dietary restrictions, or anything, and you're just walking into this. Now, we did give you a whole week to prep for this, so let's remember that. Okay, we did say we're gonna start next Tuesday, which is today. We said that 7 days ago. So now you should have been ready to, or you should have been weaning yourself off a few things, so you're not weaning yourself off of everything starting tonight. So, but what you may experience, regardless of your level of doing these types of things, you may experience some headaches the first day or two. You may experience being tired or something to that effect. But what we want you to do is to power through. When those things come, just remember, you got a lot of other things you can eat. We're not talking about fasting. We're not telling you don't eat what is. We're just saying whatever you eat, don't include sugar and carbs. And there's a lot of great things out there. Something else that you would notice, like in the 3rd and 4th day, that your body adaptation happens, and now it's like, okay, all of a sudden. And now, because of hopefully the good things that you're eating, more vegetables and fruits and salads or whatever else, a lot more protein, you will start to experience a little bit more energy, and this spike of energy out of nowhere. You get a little bit more energized. You fellas gonna pick up on any of those things?
Oh no, I definitely would jump right on that. You'll have more energy probably on the 2nd, 3rd day. The problem is it's gonna be, you're gonna have energy, but you're gonna have withdrawal. I ain't even gonna lie to you. It's sugar, man. These fake
David up in the corner. It's natural. It's like this.
bottom line is that it's what it is. I mean, it's withdrawal. It's a stimulant, and it's more addictive than crack cocaine.
Yeah.
This is what we're talking about stepping away from for a week. And it's what it is. Now, I'll say it again. When you wake up tomorrow morning, just set your intentions on, that's the day I'm going to have.
Yeah.
If at all somebody passed you a ginger ale and you like, oh shoot, I'm on this thing. Don't say, oh man, I took a swig, I blew the day, I'm gonna just go crash out. Nah, jump right back on. You know what I mean? It's like falling down, B. It's like falling down. Stand back up, put your hands up, look around, you know what I mean? Duck, bob, weave, whatever you have to do. Just keep fighting through. I'm not saying you're not gonna fall. All I'm saying is that as a group and as a community, we're here to pick you back up. If I fall, I hope somebody's catching me and you're ready to help me pick me back up, because we all in it together. It's not easy. Literally, we have been given this drug by people we love since we've been born. So it's something that we're gonna have to fight through. But one thing, on the other side, you'll find your palate will change. By the end of this week, those who stick through it, next week, when somebody give you that regular iced tea that you used to drink, like, oh, this shit was good, you're going to be like, because it's going to be so sweet. I'm telling you, the level of what sweetness is will change in literally 7 days if you can stick through this. And then after that, you got momentum to say, you know what, I don't need to jump back to that. Because when you taste it, guess what you're going to have? You're going to want a carb. I ain't going to bullshit. You're going to want to grab a carb and eat a donut or eat something else. And you're going to find out you're going to fall dead to sleep right after that. 35, 45 minutes later, because you're going to crash out. And you're going to understand the feeling of what I should feel like when I eat good food. I should get good energy. I shouldn't be fighting. I shouldn't be sluggish. I shouldn't be about to nod off. You're not going to find that. Midweek, later on this week, making it all the way through it, keep drinking your water and teas and everything else. But you're going to find you got energy all through the day, unlike having a lot
anything
of carbs.
you eat sweet, you're right. Anything you eat sweet, afterwards going to taste like 10 times sweeter than what it normally does.
Well, Lenny, speaking of that, let's talk about something that might help in that regard in the transition of this carb challenge. Let's move to something that might help satiate that desire.
Well, yeah, that's a good thing because we are allowing carbs. I mean, we're allowing.
Back to the Knight Brothers show. Tonight we learn the sweet truth. Which fruits have the most and least carbs and sugar? The truth is, we're talking about something that might surprise you. Fruit is healthy, but not all fruit is created equal when it comes to carbohydrates and natural sugar. Now, before anybody says, I'm never eating fruit again, hold on. This isn't about fear, it's about making informed choices. Let's start with the heavy hitters. The fruits with the most carbs and sugar. If you're looking for quick energy, these fruits deliver. Dates are at the top of the list. They're packed with natural sugar and carbohydrates. Great if you're running a marathon. Maybe not so great if your only exercise today was running to the refrigerator. And then you've got raisins, dried figs, dried apricots, bananas, grapes, mangoes, cherries, and pomegranates. They're full of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, but they're also higher in natural sugars than many people realize. These fruits can be excellent before a workout or after exercise because they help replenish your body's energy stores. Now, let's meet the low-carb champions. If you're watching your blood sugar, trying to lose weight, or simply looking for lighter options, here are some fantastic choices. Strawberries, blackberries, raspberries, watermelon, cantaloupe, peaches, fresh cranberries. And here's the surprise winner, avocados. Yes, avocados. That's right. Most people don't even think of avocados as fruit, but they are. They're low in sugar, loaded with healthy fats, rich in fiber, and incredibly filling. A little reality check. Here's where people get confused. They'll skip an apple because they're worried about sugar. Then drink a 32-ounce soda with enough sugar to sweeten a swimming pool. The problem usually isn't the fruit. It's the processed foods, sugary drinks, oversized portions, and desserts that sneak into our diet. So, which fruit should you choose? The answer depends on your goals. If you're an athlete or need quick energy, bananas, grapes, mangoes, and dates can be great choices in moderation. If you're trying to manage diabetes, lose weight, or reduce carbohydrate intake, berries, melons, and avocados are excellent options because they provide fiber, vitamins, and nutrients with fewer sugar. Final takeaway. The goal isn't to stop eating fruit, it's to eat smarter. Choose a variety of colorful fruits, watch your portions, and whenever possible, eat whole fruit instead of drinking fruit juice. Whole fruit gives you fiber, helps you feel full longer, and causes a slower rise in blood sugar. Remember, knowledge is power, and healthy...
All right, Davis, bring us in, David.
Listen, I know y'all don't believe this. I said it last week, y'all don't believe it. I know we so smart. But we are not doctors or physicians. We are not providing medical advice. This info is for your educational purposes only. Do your due diligence.
Absolutely.
Yep.
That's it.
If you have a medical condition, talk to your physician before attempting anything you see on this show. Got that? Cool.
Thank you for keeping us, brother. Thanks for keeping us legal.
There it is.
Yes, sir.
True that.
For time's sake, I'm gonna throw a couple questions up at a time for you. One, I'm gonna throw two of them. Number one.
Okay.
You can read it right there. All right. And then number two is right here. So go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
So, I guess is it true that fruits are low in sugar and can be eaten without limit? No. No. And no. There's not too much that can be eaten without limit. I mean, literally, you could drink too much water and get water toxic, and be, get water toxicity. So, yes, everything has a proportion. While all fruits are nutritious and some contain much more sugars and carbs than others, uh, I mean, think about it. Like dates, fruits, bananas, grapes, and mangoes are higher in sugar. Uh, so the size and proportion matters, especially if you're managing diabetes or whatever else. But at the same time, those same things like mangoes are good for treatment of some utilize it in cancer treatment. But the thing is that proportion will matter. Bottom line. Now, when we start talking about dried fruits, exceptional for storing fruit, and that's kind of what it was before. If you needed to store some fruit, you could dry it and it could last for a while. But by it being dehydrated, you're left with yes, some fiber, but more concentrated sugar. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how you get sugar. You dehydrate certain things, and you chop it all the way down, and then you end up with sugar crystals. But yeah, it's very important to. I would say this week for us to stay away from dried fruits, and because or dehydrated fruits, because unless you dry them yourself, let me say that because some people will dehydrate. If you do a dehydration situation yourself, then that's a little different. But a lot of times it's dehydrated in the store and it still adds sugar on it also. But just the fact that dehydrated, you can eat more. So you get more sugar at the same time. So it's a real issue there.
Okay.
Now, with that dehydrated sugar
Okay.
or dehydrated fruit, if you have
Sorry
to,
about that. Sorry about
put it
that,
in
Mike.
some water and hydrate. You know what I'm saying? For real. And allow some water to get back into it and replenish itself. But your fruits, if you're gonna eat a date and you see a date, don't eat two handfuls. Eat one a date. You know what I'm saying? Not 50 dates. Especially if you're looking at certain things. Grapes are great, but raisins, the same size, same handful is gonna be a whole lot more sugar. So, Dave,
What fruits contain the most carbohydrates and natural sugar? He said it. Dates, raisins, apricots, bananas, grapes, cherries, amongst the highest in carbohydrates, but they have excellent sources of energy if you enjoy it in moderation. And, if you do have that sweet tooth, eat the banana, stab the donut, and that may
Yeah.
satisfy your sweet
Mm-hmm.
tooth.
No, I like that. I like
definitely.
that. I like what you said at the end,
Trade
Dave.
off. A trade off.
I
Yeah,
love what you said at the end that
That's right.
it's better. I would rather see somebody eat a sweet banana, and that's a banana that's brown a
right.
little bit because you get the concentration of
Yeah,
sugars in. I'd rather see somebody
Yeah,
do that because it's fruit, it's glucose, uh,
right.
instead of
A
refined sugars. Yeah, yeah. Much rather
donut
see
with
somebody. Yeah, David, I'm gonna hit you with
Right.
another one too while we're on the screen since we
Okay.
moving for time. Talk about this one, Dave.
If fruit contains sugar, should folks with diabetes be concerned with eating them? Um, Not at all. Um, Again, it has fiber, it has vitamins, it has minerals, it has antioxidants. Again, you don't want to go crazy with it,
That's the
but
key.
um, it's pretty hard to, I would say, totally eliminate any piece of sugar your entire life.
Yeah.
So, fruit has natural sugar in moderation. You should be okay.
Yeah.
You know what? You made a great, absolutely fantastic point, Dave. That it's so much sugar. Like if we on this challenge, all of us gonna be on that challenge. We still gonna get some sugar from something because it's in
Absolutely.
so many damn things. That's why we included the carbs in it as well, because
Yeah,
you can take away all sugar sources, whether it's sweeteners or what have you. And I'm gonna come back to Marvin Nick's question in a second about stevia. But if you can remove all the sweeteners in this wheat and still get it from crackers or whatever else, that's why we say no carbs either, because that's where they would come from.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But the stevia thing, there's two questions on the screen, Quaver. Do you want to attack the stevia one from Margaret?
Yeah, Margaret said she tried stevia in her coffee this morning, and that's a good substitute. It's bad while being better than sugar. It's still I don't know, stevia is kind of man-made in a sense, but it's better than sugar itself. There are other alternatives I prefer over that, but Margaret, that's a step in the right direction. I commend you for that. I commend you.
No doubt. I would say that.
Would sugar in the raw be better than that? I'm just asking.
Well, depends on your situation. Sugar in the raw will still spike your insulin level.
Yeah.
Right, but that's better than the stevia. At least it's real.
Stevia is actually from a plant. It's a plant-based situation that's processed down kind of somewhat the same way. Well, I mean, for real, if you're going to look at a process, then we're not chewing on sugar cane. So it's still a process getting sugar in the raw. And I'm a fan of sugar in the raw. That's what I use preferably. But this week, right now, what we dealing with and what we working on, we cutting all of that. No stevia, no sugar in the raw, no monk fruit. You know what I'm saying? None of that. And if monk fruit, after we get off of this, monk fruit is another option, a very good option. It's all natural. And it's sweet. It's sweeter than sugar, actually. So if you substitute it, be careful. You know what I'm saying?
The reason why we're doing that, the reason why you say cut all of that is because what Teresa says right here. We need a reset.
Teresa, could you put that back up on the screen again, Lanny? Could you put that back up on the screen again?
She said, "I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it for 2 weeks because I need it."
And I commend Teresa. I commend Teresa for that.
Let me say something about Teresa though. Mm-hmm. Teresa's somewhat of a warrior, and the reason why I say that is because Teresa's not new to these types of things. Teresa is she works out, she runs different races and all, so she's kind of worked herself up over the years to be able to successfully do 2 weeks. So I just want to caution some of you that may not be at that level. Don't feel like you're defeated if you slip a cookie in on day 4 or something. Something happens. Say, I don't know how that cookie got there. If that happens to you, just limit it to that 1 or 2 cookies. And we're not saying go, fall off to what you say, crash out on. We don't want you to do that.
Have a Mookie moment.
Yeah. So we just want to let you know that. Definitely. Q, coming your way.
Yes, sir.
At the end of this, you might feel like going to another week. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to get normal. It's going to get normal.
Yep. So Q, coming your way on 2 questions. I'm gonna hit you rapid fire. 3 and 6. Talk to me on those.
Okay, I'm gonna make, for the sake of time, I'm gonna keep these brief because we got other stuff to cover. But the best fruits, I'd say some of the best fruits would be berries. All kinds of berries: strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, blueberries, watermelon, and cantaloupe are good sources as well. Peaches. Amen. Avocados, we really haven't delved into the type of avocado was great. And cranberries, particularly fresh cranberries, they can be a great resource as well. So those are the type of fruits that are best low carb fruits. As far as what fruit choices are excellent right before you exercise and why, some of those that are a little higher in sugar content, like bananas, like grapes, like mangoes, like dates. They give you that quick power and energy boost that can help you before or after workout. So they're fine for that. But as in everything else, the key is moderation. So let's move. Let's keep it moving.
Don't forget your citrus family though. Your oranges, grapefruits, lemons, tangerines.
Let's keep it
definitely.
All right. Last question for you, brother. What is a fruit that is not a fruit, that's generally thought of as a fruit, and surprises people when it comes to nutrition? That sound like
How
that
much
sound
wood
like
could a woodchuck chuck for
ex-
woodchuck wood?
exact
The
sound
woodchuck,
like
woodchuck would, it would be chucking an avocado, B, because that's what you got to be talking about. You know what I mean? I feel you try to get me with the super squirrel inside masterism, but yeah, I pull it out. Yeah, but
why
technically it's not. It is a fruit. It is a fruit.
why
It's
It's a
why
fruit.
why is that so?
huh?
Why is it technically a fruit?
Well, I mean, that's what they tell me. That's it. You know what I'm
You know
saying?
That's
why?
honest answer. Good honest answer. Good honest answer.
You know why
We
they say
And
it's
that's
a fruit?
it was funny because like
Because if
that was one of the things I remembered because it's you know how you somebody says something to you, it's like that's a fruit. And they were like, yeah, it's a fruit. And they said why, but I was like I was stuck on it was a fruit. And I was like, boom. So I never forgot the point that it was a fruit. But why is it a fruit?
because it has some type of seed or something or a nut inside of it, and
Okay. That's what I was thinking. The seed
that big part in the avocado, and
is a
if you
seed.
notice, most fruits have some type of seed in them. Now, not all of them, but most of them do. But that is one of the clarifying things and reasons why. Uh, but
That would have been my guess.
the odd thing about it now is that be careful because they're trying to man make fruit so much to where they are removing like seedless watermelon, seedless this, seedless that, seedless.
Mm-hmm.
Be leery of
Well,
those type of things. So
some things it's just so bad that you can't see. I'm gonna tell you, we need to do a show on that. I got some information in reference to, just how long it's been since people have been able to modify things where it's got a seed and everything else. But yeah, that's tough. Uh,
real time.
because technically, in like any type of fruit or vegetable, you could have a fruit that has a trait of having more seeds than others, and if you mate with and keep mating and crossbreeding that, you can get a fruit that has less seed and not be genetically modified, just be kind of mated out of of having seed.
Hybridization. Okay.
Yes.
You know,
So
tomato is a fruit too.
Yep, exactly.
yes, tomato is a fruit, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dave,
that's a good.
Yes.
what you think about number 8
How
on the screen?
drinking fruit juice is different in the body opposed to eating whole fruits. My grandfather, when he was living, he used to, sometimes have stomach problems and he would want to drink some milk to soothe his stomach. But he thought going to McDonald's and getting a milkshake was the same as drinking some milk. It's not the same.
Nah,
So
It's not the
drinking
same.
Oh, come on. Come on, bro.
David,
Come on, bro.
you need to have a shirt,
hey, but
David, that says it's not the same on your T-shirt.
not the
Hey,
same.
but let's be real. The glass of milk he could have got out of his refrigerator
Oh,
That's
60 years
funny.
ago,
That was
Yeah.
crazy.
the glass the glass
Go
of
ahead,
milk
man.
he could have got out of his can you hear me?
yeah,
Yeah.
go
The
ahead.
glass of milk that he could have got out of his refrigerator 60 years ago, and the glass of milk we get out of our refrigerator are a huge difference as
Yeah.
far as that's concerned. So
Oh yeah.
Well, go ahead,
yeah, so I
Dave.
mean, yeah,
So the point is, fruit juice is not the same as eating a piece of whole fruit. Whole fruit contains fiber and other nutrients that will benefit your body. You lose a lot of that if you're just going with some fruit juice.
No doubt, no
No
doubt.
question about it. No question about it.
Yep.
correct.
Q, coming
And
around
Yes,
to
sir.
the last question of the night, Q.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh,
before
listen,
we,
Lenny, before we get to this last question, I want to commend Deborah Sims. Deborah Sims in the comments said that she's lost 15 pounds. And she already
oh
did the
yeah,
no bread, no sweet, no snacks, 100% no juices. And slowly, but there it is right there. There's a comment right there. And I want to commend her for that. I want to commend her for that change. And that's an awesome testimony right there. What job well done, Deborah. Job well done.
I like
And
something she.
Slowly,
Let me put that back up because I like something she said toward the middle of it. She says, "I did
slowly,
it slowly
slowly but
because
surely.
slowly.
I take medications,
Uh-huh.
smoothies, fruit,
Yep.
fresh fruit, protein. A Daniel fast was the
That's
route I went. Almonds, milk, non-dairy, rolled oats, etc." If
That's
you want to
awesome.
type, if you want to
Daniel,
type
for
a
those
little
who
bit
don't,
more,
yeah, for
Deborah, if you
those who
want to
don't
type a
know, a
little bit
Daniel
more,
fast,
Hold on,
a
Q.
Daniel fast is a biblical fast. It's one that's talked about in the Bible, and it's basically almost like a Mediterranean diet in a sense. But that's something they did in biblical days. That was what their diet, a lot of it consisted of. Big ups to you, Debbie. Big ups to you, David. I know you're familiar with that Daniel fast as well.
Yes, I am. I've done it. Yep.
so
A
Q,
lot. Uh-huh.
last question.
Okay.
What is the biggest misconception that people have around choosing fruit as part of their diets? What's one of the
Um,
biggest
well,
misconceptions?
well, there are a couple of things. First of all, we get caught up in is it good or is it bad? Is this a good fruit? Well, one thing is about portion control, portion size. Like Arden said earlier, I mean, consuming too much of anything can have negative effects on you. Fruit overall is great and it's healthy, but it really depends upon your goals, what your health goals are, what your current health is, to what you should be eating. Like you said, we have the list of the good foods. We have the list of those who are higher in sugar, but everything in moderation. And when it comes to fruit, it's fine for the most part, unless you have a specific health issue, which would you should limit certain things. But don't have the misconception that fruit is it's a bad fruit. No, fruits are delicious and they're good for you. Can be good for you. So I don't want people to have that misconception and shy away from fruits. I'll give you an
Yeah,
example. Right now, prior to this challenge, Mimi and I had been we're on a fruit salad kick. She's been making fruit salads, man, and I just been killing them. Along with because I eat garden salads every day, but she's been making fruit salads because most of the fruits are fresh right now, and been killing them. And we had pineapple and cherries and berries and apples and everything else in the fruit salad. So all fruits are good, guys. Don't try. Just limit what you eat. That's all.
No doubt, no
Beautiful.
doubt. Uh, a great comments, Q. Look, we just want to encourage you. Look, check in on our page. Check in on our page on the Facebook page tomorrow, and give us a comment on the Facebook page to let us know what happened
Hi.
with you.
Mhm.
Or if it's not tomorrow, maybe it's Thursday. Just check in on the page and say, hey, I'm doing the Night Brothers No Sugar No Carb Challenge, and here's what happened to me my first day or so. I really want to see what's going on. I want us all to share because I want us to encourage each other. All right, even if you slip
Yes,
up,
indeed.
slipping up is it's not a problem, just as long as you get back on the bicycle. So,
Yeah.
closing thoughts, gentlemen. Thank you, DC.
Natural, give us a word of encouragement too. Natural, give the folks a word of encouragement. Let them know they can do this thing, man.
Hey, you can get through this thing, like he said. Yeah. No, I'm just playing. But the bottom line is, man, just give it a try, man. For real. You deserve it. It's for you. It's for your family. It's for just having a better lifestyle. And the beautiful part about this is that freeing yourself from sugar is it can change your life. Let me say it will change your life. Um, because next week is going to be easier, and the week after that it'll be easier. Um, that's it for real. Bottom line.
Hey.
Ready, set, go. Let's do it.
I
I like that
like that.
countdown. And when this show
Don't stop.
ends, we start. When this show ends, we start, guys. So I just want to wish everybody have a great week. Guys, we can, like Arden just said, we can do this, man. And it's all about improving your health and having a better quality of life. Len, you got anything you want to add before we close out?
Yeah. I will. I do want to say this. That look, we're getting older. That's
Yes.
inevitable. That's inevitable that we're going to get older. But what I've noticed as we get older is that we lose weight. I don't know, why people, things happen to some of us. It happens to me as well. But at any point in time, something that Teresa said is so extremely important, Teresa, that we can reset our bodies and change the plight of anything that we're going in. almost damn near anything that we're going through health-wise can be reversed. And I have to go back to what David says. We're not doctors. We might sound smart, but that's not a doctor statement. That's a Leonard statement, saying that from what I've learned, we can almost change anything in our bodies and reset our bodies. And this is a number one way to start, by removing things. Alcohol counts in this. Alcohol you can't do. It's a poison.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying
Glad
that
you
for
said
real. I used to drink a lot more than I drink. I don't drink even 10% of what I drank even a couple of months ago. Because I've been on this alternate day fasting where I fast for 48 hours. I just ended the fast. I last ate Sunday, and I just ate right before the show. But all of that has taught me how to remove things and the discipline. If you're a real Christian, deny thyself. I don't know the words like David and Q do up top there. You know, we acolytes down the bottom here. You know what I mean?
No. We all children of God. And let the last shall be first, and the first shall be last. So we all the same. We all the same.
I'm just saying, if you deny yourself and show discipline in one part of your life, it can ascend in another. It can show up in another part of your life. Then you can show up in life for your children. You can show up for your wife. You can show up for your children. You can show up for your grandchildren, your co-workers. You can show up as a better human being that's more disciplined. And I don't want to see us. I've seen a couple friends on Facebook that made some statements about they need some help with this and all of that. And I felt it made me feel some type of way because they were my age, you know, or maybe even younger. And I was like, damn, I'm praying for that brother, that sister, because we can help ourselves. I used to say you can heal you, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Well said, my brother. Well said. Well said.
Hey, well, let's start healing ourselves. Let's go. And
yes, sir. Great show tonight, guys. Great show.
And,
look, we have
and bring somebody to the show next week.
Yeah, bring somebody.
Bring somebody along with you this week.
Yes, sir. That needs to hear this. That needs to hear this.
Bring somebody to your challenge. All right, y'all. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Good night.